So we found out that shelf or that protrusion here that you can kind of see from this image is the middle talar or talar articular surface, meaning talar meaning tarsal or talus rather. It's going to articulate with the talus, and since we've put the talus in this position, what we'd want to do, I think, is bring this up and take this lateral. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I going actually going medially, right? Yeah, medially, and up. Maybe take this face and rotate a little bit. Maybe take just that edge. Now, that might not get it. It just might not be enough. It doesn't look too bad. The other choice, if that's not quite enough, I'll leave it like that, and then we say extrude and pull an edge on. And I think that's a better way in this case because it really seems to reflect more accurately the wall. So I'm going to take turn off the images here in the perspective window. I'm going to go under show, and then image planes. Get rid of those. And move this around a little bit so I can get a suggestion at least of that articulation. Okay, you can see I just went inside. I'm inside the calcaneus. You can see now where the talus is coming inside. So you can say, okay, I need to get this. I need this face to come down so I don't see the talus. And how far that looks pretty good out there. And then maybe I need this edge or this face go up and maybe rotate a little bit. So it does get close. And we can leave a little gap and suggest that that's the cartilage. There's going to be some cartilage in the joint. We don't have to get absolutely perfect again. This isn't the point of this is not to be perfect. The point of this is just to get the general modeling tools and familiarity with the software. We'll go in and rotate and manipulate these things in more detail. Some of these bones for this semester, and even you're welcome obviously to do it at your own pace anytime. So we're starting to get that articulation there. I think I'm going to unlock my talus for a second because I think I should also have just a little more, yeah, just a little wider face from that. This shape bothers me the way it's such a sharp point here. So see if I take the vertex and move it, if I can get a little more, a little more of a square there. Okay, so that's not bad, you know. We're kind of suggesting that. I think this feels a little artificial, so big, fat, if you will, so we can more of that kind of feel. And maybe even take this, move it out, or rotate it a little bit. So it adds to that shelf. Okay. Okay. I think we're in pretty good shape here. All right, so now we've got the calcaneus to a certain extent. Let's see what else we need to do with it. Hard to see from that view. Let's look at the left view. Let's go to the left view. And we'll get my drawings again. Anyway, we gotta turn them off. Unlock the drawing plane, uh, and then move them so I can see the opposite side again. And you can see there's some, you know, modification we probably want to make over here from this view. So let's go in, grab these faces that might help us do that. Maybe we can even do a little B here. Move quite a bit of faces up and rotate them as well. Okay, so yeah, interesting. All right, I think we're in good shape. It wasn't too hard. I was concerned that I had distorted this just by looking. This is a little odd to me. The shelf I'm buying, but this I'm not buying right here. This big protrusion. I'm going to take that edge and I'm going to rotate it a little bit and move it in. Or maybe even shrink it or scale it a little smaller. There we go. And I think this side, you can see right there the way the artist has put that ridge there. I think we're going to do the same thing. Again, rotate. So a lot of times rotate is the way to get these faces. It's not just pulling it, because the edge, when you pull the edge, it's just going to pull a lot of edges with it. But if you use the rotate tool, we change the angle. Now this is something of concern right here. It's way too tight. Let's take this edge, scale it. Okay. Now if you get to a point where you're worried about, a lot of distortion, I mean, that's a tough little um, when you really get a little slit like that with a polygon or with an with edges, a little thin sliver, that's generally a problem. And even I don't like quite that extreme. I mean, we could add more, again, we could add more edges, which is probably what we would do if we were really modeling this to go, to a more complete model. Or another way you can get around it, kind of, not going to maintain exactly what you want, but if you grab that group and say, edit mesh, average vertices, oops, sorry. Let's see if I might have grabbed the picture behind it by accident. Yeah. So what that will do is redistribute those and try to average them. So you see now that sliver is not quite so bad. It doesn't look like it's being quite so strained. Okay. All right. So that's let's just look at the front here a little. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is start putting on. I'm going to take this down a little smaller here in the front. grab these faces, hit the B key, and just scale, especially medial to lateral. I think this should be a little smaller that way. Okay. And we can take this edge or face and just raise it a little bit and move it in. So the key is, again, don't let things look like they have arthritis. This bothers me down here. It's quite hollow. Let's take that. Okay. So that's what we'll call it good enough to get to our next phase. Okay.